Hi everyone, this is our little tour of Parsleys Warren as part of our launch weekend. This is just a short video just to tour you around where we keep the rabbits so you've got a better idea of what we do. So I'm stood in front of the house and if we go slightly round you'll see this is the kind of dining room conservatory where a lot of the indoor rabbits actually spend at least the nighttime, evening nighttime. The able-bodied rabbits, and we are a sanctuary for elderly and special needs, so for the able-bodied rabbits who live indoors, some of them have pretty much free range throughout the house, but the special needs rabbits tend to spend a lot of their time in the conservatory and then get taken out onto the lawn when it's sunny during the summer or when it's a nice day in the winter time. It's all really quite informal. So people ask about routines or anything. We don't really have a routine as to who's going where. It depends on what the weather's like, what we're doing for the day. So obviously we have to do the cleaning and we have to do the feeding every day, do health checks, make sure everybody's fine. So today on the lawn we have, actually I'm looking back and I can see Parsley Pit's nipped out. Tiny Cat's nipped out as well from the living room where she usually stays. Girasole's inside the conservatory under the table asleep as usual. And then we have a range of special needs rabbits, Cloudberry, Fairy Flax who has anxiety issues, and I think Cariad, who's very elderly, is either in a box or fallen asleep in the flower beds. Flanders is either asleep or in the flower beds. So, and we have a newcomer, Herbie, who we'll introduce later, who's spending some time in a pen on his own while he gets used to the idea that he's here and we find out more about him. All of these pens are open-topped, so they're only in them while we are around. They're not put in an open-topped pen outside if we are not around the garden area. So, we then have, so we've got at the moment, I think it's 11 indoor rabbits at the moment, and the rest of the rabbits are in the outdoor chalets. So Steve's looking very quizzical and thinking, only 11? It does seem like a lot more than that, doesn't it? I might have to recount that. So, and the rest of the rabbits are in the outdoor chalets. So we'll go and have a look at the outdoor chalets in the second part of the garden. So further down the garden is the outdoor run with all the chalets in it for the outdoor rabbits. People sometimes ask, how do we decide who's going to be indoor and outdoor and who's going to be outdoors? It's sometimes to do, I mean, obviously, if they're very elderly or special needs, they end up coming indoors. However, we do also have fairly healthy rabbits indoors, and that's partly because of their character. So some rabbits just seem to enjoy being indoors and some enjoy being outdoors. Sometimes it's a bit of a shame. We do have a couple of really favourite rabbits who have decided that they don't particularly want to be indoors and they live outdoors. And it would be nice to have them around a bit more, but there you are, that's just the way that they are. So we're very easy about that, very about what the rabbits themselves want to settle into. Gosh, it sounds awfully chaotic here, doesn't it? I wonder if it really is that chaotic. Anyway, so this is the outdoor run. And the outdoor run's about 12 metres by 12 metres. It's 6 or 7 foot high, and it actually has some electric fence wiring around the outside of it, which we switch on at nights to make sure everybody's protected. Inside of it, we have 6 chalets, each of which has either a pair or a group of rabbits in it, and they're taken in turns to come out into the main area. So let's pop in and have a look at those. So we have 6 of these chalets that are quite capacious. They're very, very solid. Every time we decide to have a bit of a rearrangement, we have to have 6 or 7 people come in to try and help us move them around. So we try not to do that very often. They've each got inside them a sort of built-in back hutch area, but we very rarely shut the rabbits in that. It's in there for them to use, but it's very, very rare that we'd actually shut them in that. They just use it as a different level. There's a bit underneath that they can go and hide in. During the winter, we tend to put entire hay bales across it to sort of make sure the back of it is quite warm. This particular one, although it doesn't have anyone in it at the moment who's ill, does have heating. So we've got this one as a kind of, you know, for outdoor rabbits that for whatever reason need to be outdoors but need a little bit extra heat and comfort. So all of them are identical, apart from they've been slightly different colours, but they're more or less identical, and to be honest that really helps us. I know some people have got a collection of different size hutches or chalets. We found it quite difficult building with, coping with cleaning and all the rest of it, and it made it quite inflexible. So what's good for us is that, for example, if we want to hold somebody into one of these groups and we have to take them out into a different space, we will actually swap them with another group. We don't have that kind of, oh, we can't do that because this isn't big enough and the other people have got, the other bunnies have got this and all the rest of it. So as far as we can do it, these are all actually identical chalets. So on the lawn today, we just have a couple. We have apple blossom and elderberry. Until recently, these were actually a trio with cloudberry, but cloudberry unfortunately has had EC that has affected his brain, so he's come in. Apple Blossom's looking very hunched back for some reason, but she is perfectly all right. She was running around a moment ago. It's very typical of rabbits to begin to tend to be ill when they're actually, as soon as you get the camera out. So, around the chalets at the moment, hello, this is Pimpernel, and he's in a group of 3. So he's with Delphinium and Charles. Charles is having a nice sunbathe at the front. Hello. We've got perspex sides on these at the moment, and in fact are adapting most of them to have perspex sides, so they themselves can see all the way along to all the other rabbits. These ones you won't be able to see very well. We've got 2 half-wildy sisters. Hello. Saffron and Fleur, and then 2 wildy boys at the very back, Peasgood and Carrot. I know, it's very difficult, they always hide wildies. This one's being cleaned out, the elderberry. We've got a group of 4 in here, including Blackthorn, who we're keeping a really good eye on, because actually Blackthorn is now very elderly, and I noticed he's moving slower and slower. Never actually try and film bunnies in the middle of the day, because of course they'll be fast asleep. Half wildy and wildy in here at the very back. Oh no, only Pippins at the very, very back. Look. Very cute. Anyway, sorry. So these are the babies, as we call them, who are now 9, and as in years old, not 9 of them. They're actually Parsley Pit siblings, which is rather wonderful to still have 3 of them. So that's Parsleys Warren. We do try and keep it quite informal. We're obviously fortunate in a way because we don't do rehoming. We are actually a sanctuary, and that means that it's very much a private garden as well as a sanctuary. We don't have to have kind of public areas and kind of public health stuff. So we're very, very fortunate in being able to do what we do and having this set up here. And we'd like to thank everybody that has taken part in the weekend launch and has donated and bought merchandise and joined in the auction and raffle. So thanks very much.